Well, good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, family. It's Monday morning. Woo-hoo! A brand new week, a chance to do it all over again. Welcome, everyone. You have dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. This is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, along with my business partner, Pastor Del Wafer. Family, the line is open. Who's with me this morning? Give me your name. Where are you calling in from?
Trudy and Sand, Louisville, Kentucky.
Woo, Louisville, I know you guys are excited, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
You had a super duper weekend, huh?
Beautiful weekend.
And we can't wait to hear about it. Well, welcome to the call. Good to hear you this morning. Keep it coming, family. This is a Team Effort Lifestyle Call. The line is open. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
Vicky Soto, Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, my goodness, Vicky. I bet you are floating, aren't you?
Oh, my goodness. What an awesome Super Saturday. Yes, we did.
So you have to let me know when you can be on so you can share that with everyone, Vicky.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we've got to tell you about this.
I know it's awesome. Well, thank you for being here this morning. Keep it coming, family. Who else is with us this morning? Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
Good morning, Pastor Denise.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning to Vicky Tuka Soto. I know she must be flying from this weekend.
She might be a soon three-time Vicky Soto. Three-part Vicky Soto. Thanks for being here this morning, Mr. Jackson. Whoever's with us this morning, go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Pastor Denise, good morning. This is Keith Mosley from Olney, Maryland.
All right, y'all. Keith is on the roll. Welcome, Keith and family. Welcome, Keith Mosley, to the family. He just joined us last week. Can everybody welcome Keith to the family?
Welcome, Keith.
Welcome, Trudy.
Welcome, Keith. Don Joseph, Emeryville, California.
All right, Pastor Joseph, how are you, sir?
We are doing wonderful out here.
I know you are. I know you have some great things that happen throughout the global Team Effort Network. Great things to happen. Thank you for being here this morning.
We are the best company on the planet.
You know, I really believe that. I truly, honestly believe that. We offer the best thing that you can get for your health, the best product for your health, and the one and only dual core binary compensation plan that is changing people's lives one spread at a time. We do
absolutely
believe that. I believe it. You know, you can break that in that comp plan in 2 minutes, can't you, Pastor Joseph?
We're about ready to erupt.
Oh, watch out. Well, can't wait to see you at the big event in 2016.
Absolutely. Same here, Pastor.
Thank you, sir, for being here. Keep it coming, family. Who is with us? I'm going to mute out in just a minute. Who's with us? Introduce yourself. Where you calling in from? Okay, so go.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Thank you for waking up on this beautiful Monday morning here on the East Coast. We're getting a few snow flurries this morning, but it's still a beautiful day. With Team Effort Network, it's always going to be a wonderful, beautiful day. And I think what makes it feel so great and so good is that as we share these products, I think it just amazes us and it warms our heart. And I really understand how melanated you feel now when you can offer someone something that literally can change their life and to see the expression on their face and the look of hope in their eyes as they listen to the presentation, as they hear about the vitamin sprays, as they hear something that they know that they can embrace that's going to change their lives. There was a lot of TTPs taking place this weekend. I know that Eric, Gail, and Ashley, they had their team out there doing TTPs, and Greg Middleton and Darlene Middleton were out there doing TTPs, and Jesse Bowden was all over the place helping everyone with TTPs. I had a TTP going on, and I know Sheila McDuffie and Tiara and Tom Jackson and Robert, everyone was just around the globe sharing Team Effort Network, and that's what it's all about. It's really bringing everyone together that you know and just sharing this beautiful thing that we have. And as I was going to TTP this weekend, I was just looking at the expression of the guest face as they were listening to the product, and as we were sharing the testimonies on how people are losing weight and how people had fibromyalgia and how they were getting off of medications and they were getting their life back and they were living better and doing better. And you could just see the look of hope just come alive in their eyes. And by the end of the presentation, they were already strategizing how they're going to build their business and who they're going to call and who they're going to get in position first. And I got to get my left and my right. And I have my left and my right. I'm going to make sure they have their left and their right. And you just saw hope come alive right before you. And it's just such a beautiful feeling because you get to help them to make their dream reality. You get to work with them. And now that they have hope and as they see what can be done, you can give them something to help them to get to where they want to go. We do a beautiful thing here at Team Effort Network. We're offering people a price that's going to enhance their health. We're also offering them a compensation plan that's going to change their financial freedom. And as we say, we cannot make any claims that our vitamin sprays can heal or cure any sickness or disease that you may have. But I'm telling you, continue to plug into these calls. Continue to make the TTPs. Listen to what's happening. You're going to hear people share out of their own life experience what these vitamin sprays have done for them. You know, something else we need to get very, very excited about. Today is Monday, December the 8th, and I am overly excited because tonight at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to hear from our very own CEO and co-founders, Nell and Amy Gill. I'm excited about that. That's going to be tonight. So you want to be on that call. If you're a part of Team Effort Network, you do not want to miss a call from the CEO and co-founders. You do not. There's going to be some great things shared when Nell opened his mouth and started sharing his heart. We are floored. We are just floored. We keep thinking, what more can he bring to the table? And somehow he just manages to do it. So be on the call tonight. Get your guests on the call. Just tell them to call in, dial in and listen and share where we're going. We close in 2014 and get ready to go into a brand new year. I can only imagine what he's going to be sharing on the call tonight. So be there, the same number, dial in the same number you dialed in today to listen to our co-founder, CEO and co-founder, Nell and Amy Gill. Well, I'm going to start right here and bring up my business partner who's been traveling out of town with Vicky Soda and her team. I know you've got to be excited this morning. My business partner, Pastor Joe Wafer, are you there this morning, sir?
Boy, I'm here. Yeah, there's a lot of excitement going on with all these TTPs going on all around the areas. And we are extremely excited. We had a great Super Saturday in Indiana. And let me tell you, wow. All I can tell you, the stories that I heard, that's just one thing about this business is, some of the stories I had, Pastor Denise, you'd have been in tears. You wouldn't have been able to talk.
Oh, God.
Stories over there. I mean, they even touched me, got me emotional. I mean, just major, so many amazing stories. People getting their lives back, just wow. So we're looking forward to having some of those testimonies on the call this week. But it was a tremendous turnout, great meeting. Let me tell you, boy, people came from Chicago. They came from Ohio. They came from Kentucky all the way to Indiana. I mean, there was people coming from all over. I mean, they just kept arriving. And they were so excited about, the Super Saturday and the training and all of the things that we poured into that meeting. We had just a short time because I had to get right back on the plane and get back here to D.C. for a Christmas party that our church was having. But, man, let me tell you, we just really just gave them all that we had some great hosts and DJ McCord and Tanda, who did a great job at registration and hosting that thing. And then they have Vicky Soto and Denise Moore just do the product presentation, just really laid that thing out. So it was an amazing time. So you guys keep your ears on this week. We're going to be bringing some of these people to the call. I'm telling you, you want to be on these calls because it's going to be what's happening in Chicago, what's happening in Kentucky, what's happening in Ohio. We had people from Cincinnati, Ohio, people from Dayton, Ohio. Let me tell you, it was just an amazing time.
Wow. You know what? I think we're going to have a lot of those amazing times, Pastor Dale and Team Up and Network, because we have so many people that are coming into the family, and they're really seeing the vision of Team Up and Network. They're really seeing the vision. And what is that vision with Team Up and Network? It's a lifestyle of freedom, of the lifestyle of family, of fun and of financial freedom. You know, to get healthy again and to get the energy that you need to do what you want to do, to feel good, to live longer, and to look good, and to have the finances to live the lifestyle that you want to live. So we're going to hear a lot more amazing stories as we continue to grow. And how are we going to grow? Are you sharing? Simply just bringing in your family, your friends, your coworkers. You go back to your old high school friends and pull them back up. Let them know what you're doing. Reach out to everyone you know. Remember, Mel says to grow locally, but think globally. You guys got to reach out to the global network as well, because we're opening up in South Africa pretty soon, in Canada. You know, we just launched really big. Going really big in Dubai and India. We launched in Japan in September, and Mexico and Australia pretty soon. We're in, as you all know, we're opening up in the UK. So think globally as well as you grow your network, and share with everyone you know, so that everyone can benefit in where we're growing and where we're going. Well, it is.
Well, you know, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You know, when you think about it, this is such a prime opportunity for people to really understand the position and timing that they're in. You know, there's going to be a lot of countries opened up next year, and a lot of these countries that's opening up, they're opening up because of U.S. distributors. U.S. representatives are making connections overseas, and as they do that, they're opening up these countries with people that they know, friends and families, and business partners in other countries. But that just simply means that when we open up those countries now are becoming a part of your downline. So, guys, think about it. You're not just going to have a domestic organization of the home-based business, but you're going to have a international business when all of these people start coming into your downlines. So you really, really want to understand the positioning and timing that you have here with this company. And let me tell you, all we can say is, you don't want anybody to convince you to get out of your position now, because in the next 18 months, 2 years, you're going to look back and say, wow, this was the best decision that I've ever made for my family financially. So, you just want to stay focused on what we're doing. There's a lot of activities coming on. Let me just give a big shout out to Vicky Soto, because she put a lot of things into getting this up and running, and taking care of me while I was there, getting me back and forth from the airport. So I want to give her a shout out to Vicky Soto, and also we're going to have her on the call so she can introduce some of these people this week. So stay tuned this week. It's going to be an amazing call this week.
Can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear what happened this week. I know there's going to be enlightening and inspiring. I can't wait to hear it. Well, family, as you know, this is Motivational Monday. I've already been motivated. Woo! But there's more motivation to come. We always have a great coach on Monday mornings, and she always brings some great advice, some great training, some great tools to the call that we can add to our toolbox just to sharpen our business and make it even better. So let's welcome to the call our coach, Nikisha Bond. Nikisha, are you there?
Good morning.
Woo! Good morning, girl. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Y'all got me all excited. I'm sitting down here just thinking, oh, am I going on today? I don't think I need to go on. You guys are motivating.
Oh, girl, it's just exciting. There's so many great things that happen in Team Up and Network. And then I have no idea what Mel's going to share tonight. I'm excited about that call tonight also.
Absolutely. He always just lays it down. You feel like you're hearing it from the first time every time he speaks. So I'm excited about that 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 8 p.m. Eastern time. So hopefully everybody uses the same call number to get back on and listen in, because that's going to be a dynamic call. And you definitely have to get your guest on, because there's just something about hearing it from the CEO, which you can just, I mean, you can't even describe it in words. It's just pure passion. It's exciting.
Dial in early, but you don't want to get locked out, so dial in early. Nikisha, what do you have for today?
Okay, so, I'm really glad that we're having all these PTPs and all these success, because today we want to talk about duplicate your way to success, which is what I wanted to name the title of this training. Now, we've talked about duplication before, so this isn't going to be anything that's mind-blowing, but I think as we're starting to grow, as we're starting to have all of these new members coming in, it's really important that we talk about duplication, because this really is the key to your financial freedom. The one thing about the reason why we have a duplicatable system is because people are not duplicatable. There's not going to be another Pastor Denise or another Pastor Dale. And so it's important that when you have a new distributor who comes in, they go to an event like Vicky Soto put on this weekend, they're excited, they're pumped, but they're not going to be Vicky Soto. They're not going to be able to do the things that she does. They're not going to be able to do all the things that Pastor Dale does, just depending on their personal development. But if you teach people a system that they can immediately go into, then they can be successful. And we have a very simple system here, guys. It's get to and help to. And the reason it's so important to teach this is because you're going to have people who are going to come into this organization and they're going to get 20. Because it's just that, for their story is that powerful, their belief is that strong, and you're going to have people who come in and they struggle to get their 2. I mean, they might even be struggling just to get their 1. And so it's so important that we teach the system, because that is how the compensation plan was planned out. You get your first 2 people, and then your lifetime qualifier, and everything after that is based on everyone duplicating at the rate of 2. And so it's really important that we teach that, because leveraging other people is a huge draw to network marketing. I always tell you guys, when we started our business a long time ago, it was really just what we could do. There wasn't really anybody out there, and if there was anybody helping us, we had to pay for them to help us. But now you're getting an opportunity where there's people who you're not personally paying, but they're highly motivated because of their own financial goals, and you're going to get benefits off of that. I mean, this is a win-win-win for everybody. So really the goal of duplication is simplifying the process for your new team members and helping them create early success that will help them create a stable team, rather than just having people who come in and go all the time. So what am I saying in that very long, complicated sentence that was supposed to be simple? Is basically you want people to come in, you want to help them make money as soon as possible so that they can start to grow their team. I love, I think I was either Mel or Memo. Can't remember which one it is. He's like, my first goal is to help my team members make money. However that is, whether they're making retail money, whether they're growing their team and making money, just make sure you put some money in their hand. Because that is the biggest way that you can get belief built in someone else that this business is actually going to do what this business does. Now, listen, the math is simple, right? The math is the same for this dual core double binary for me as it is for you. But the difference between one team growing and another team growing is the difference of somebody making that cash early on and just jetting off into outer space with their business. And so what we're going to be talking about is some activities that duplicate. So I want you to write them down. I'll try and get through as many as I can. You guys know I can talk fast. But I want to tell you why it's really important and what duplication can bring for you. Now, we've done this story before, so it's not going to be a surprise. But, McDonald's is a great example of duplication. McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar company. And if you ever go into the stores, it's run by mostly teenagers. Now, if I had a multi-billion-dollar store, would I let my 13-year-old or any teenager that I know run it? No, probably not. But the reason why McDonald's can be successful is because they have a very strict system. They have a strict system of how much lettuce you put on there, how much ketchup you put on there, how the sandwiches come down, how you do the drinks, how you put the fries in. Everything is pre-measured and pre-sorted. All they have to do is just grab and follow the system. They don't have to think. I mean, they're not really thinking about anything that special. They're just following the system, and that's how they're able to create this billion-dollar industry. And that's the same thing you want, too, is because when you have a new distributor coming in, they're going to be at varying levels. They're going to have some who have some network marketing experience, some who have lots of contacts, then you're going to have people who try the product and had great results. And this whole turning it into a business sounds like a really good idea. But how do they do that? When I say get to, what does that mean, Nikisha? How do I get to? Do I just go and grab them off the street? How am I going to get these two people? Where are they? Are they lined up? And so let's talk about some activities that duplicate. So the first two are probably the ones that I think are the most important, and that's just my personal opinion. And then the rest of them are in no particular order. So the first one, be a product of the product. You know, this is really, really huge because one of the things that you're going to hear is you can go on these calls and you can hear testimonies up the wazoo. But the person that you know, the testimony that's going to be the most impactful to them is your personal testimony. They're going to want to see, have you tried the products? You know, do they taste good? Do they work? Have you seen any results? And so that's the most important thing. I can't stress to you enough because I've talked to some distributors sometimes, and I'll say, okay, so what is your results? How are the products working for you? Oh, well, you know, I haven't really tried them. What? You know, I just tried to, you know, just doing this so I can make some money. What? Okay, I mean, that's great. And I'm not faulting you for that because that's why I joined. You know, I want to make some money. But I found out real early on, one of the biggest questions that I got asked most often is, well, how did it work for you? And it's such a simple question, but if you're not a product of the product, you can't answer that question. Another reason of being a product of the product is retail sales. You know, never discount the retail opportunities, guys. I have to tell you, there are some people out here that are making some mad money right now with retail opportunities. If you don't know what that means a lot of money. I know me personally, I think my highest month was $700 in sales, just selling sprays alone. And that was not even selling to people I knew. That was just selling on my website. And I know people who are making thousands of dollars in this company right now just doing the retail sales. And why is that? Because I'm able to share my story about the Super 10. I mean, acid reflux was a really big problem for me. I lived with it for so long, so I kind of got used to it. But, you know, being able to not have to wake up in the middle of the night and, you know, drink milk just so I could go back to sleep, being able to have stuff like strawberries and orange juice, that's huge. And that's just one thing that Super 10 did for me. And so it's easy for me to tell my story. And I'm so always surprised how many people also suffer with acid reflux and are willing to try the Super 10 because they've tried everything else. So that's my story. That's me being a product of the product. And just by sharing that story with people, they want to try it because here's the thing. The reason that people's lives are being changed so dramatically here is because we all kind of walk around and you never know what people are going through. You don't know who you see on the street who may look perfectly fine on the outside, but on the inside, they're destroyed. They're suffering. They're in pain. They're in constant agony. And so when you're able to share your stories and relate with people, they automatically want to try something because I can tell you they are looking for you right now because everything they tried hasn't worked just like it didn't work for me. So that's a great duplicatable activity is be a product of the product. And anyone who's just joining this business, if that's the only thing that they could do is start using the products and get a story, they're already going to be a leg up because now it's not about selling. Right? It's not about, you know, oh, please buy the Super 10 because this is going to do. No, this is about helping. You have an obligation once you've seen that something works for you to tell others so that they can have that same relief that you have. And so I'll get off of that one, but I really think it's important for us to all make sure that we are products of the product. And another thing that I didn't mention, this is just kind of a great side note, is that because we have this dual core double binary, you're not just paid on the people who join your organization, but the people who stay. And this is where the passive residual income that we all want to create happens right here. And being a product of the product and having a real product story means that more people stay on the product, which means that you create a residual income, which means that years from now, whether or not that person decides they're going to run their business anymore, as long as they stay committed to using the product, you're going to get a check. So I'm telling you, that is key to making sure that we really duplicate here is getting people to use the product. Because if people come in and they join, but they don't want to use the product, we're not going to have that legacy that we're all looking for. We're not going to have that financial freedom. The next one is personal development. You know, we have to develop a positive mindset for wealth, and we have to eliminate those habits that work against you achieving your financial success. It's so important that we do personal development. And you guys, if it's your first time on your call, don't worry, this won't be the last time I say this, because that's one thing that no one can ever take away from you. I have to say that since joining, even though we had a business, we started a business a long time ago, I have learned more in my last couple of years in network marketing than I learned in 8 years of running my own business. Why? Because in this business, learning about the industry, learning about creating that mindset, learning about saying positive words, learning about being intentional and creating goals. Those are things that can help you in your personal and your business life. And so I just cannot express how important it is for us to continue to work on ourselves, to continue to go out there and learn, to hone and sharpen our skills. These are the things that are really going to help you grow your business. These are the things that are going to help you have better personal relationships with people in your life. It's going to help you everywhere and every which way. And so maybe I'll do a training on personal development because I get so excited about that one.
Yeah.
So, right, Pastor Denise, tell us a little bit, since you've been in network marketing, how has personal development, because I know you were the one who introduced me to The Dream Giver, which is an amazing book. How has personal development helped you, in your personal and your business life?
Oh, my goodness, Nikisha. You know what? I don't even know if I can get it all in words. I simply cannot believe that it was through network marketing that I discovered so much about myself. I mean, my abilities, my capabilities, but I've worked for people for years, but it's nothing like working for yourself. There's just this gift, this talent, this ability that's just locked within you, waiting to come forth. And it's something about network marketing that brings that out. I'm so glad, Nikisha, that you said you want to do a training on personal development. I think it is so very important that people really understand what they're going to develop into being, as believing in themselves, believing in their dream, and doing something that they're totally responsible for, how they're really going to depend on the strength that's on the inside. And, don't ask me to talk on that because I will take the rest of the call. But yeah, I'm so glad you said you want to do a training on that. Please do. I look forward to that.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm definitely going to do that because it's just, you can't describe in words the person that you're going to become. Yeah. And I'm going to say this, it's going to sound a little harsh, but, if you've gone from company to company to company to company, you have to look within, because here's the thing. A lot of people have good products. A lot of people have good, compensation plans. Of course, I'm going to be very partial and say that I think we have the best. But a lot of people have really good things. But the only difference is you and what you bring to the table. And the only difference between me being on here talking to you and you being on here talking to me is just where we develop in our personal lives and how we're going about getting that knowledge and really applying that knowledge to our lives. Because again, remember, if you have knowledge and you know what to do, but you don't have any action or you don't apply it to your life, you won't see that change. And I want everyone to see the change. Oh, my goodness, I'm running out of time. Okay, so those are the two most important ones. So now let's talk about, I have about 8 more to go through, but I'm going to do it fast. Okay. Develop your story. Why did you join this opportunity? Why is this a great duplication process? Because everybody here is for a different why. And you know what? You never know whose why is going to touch who. But it's always important to develop your story, because that's something that people are going to be looking at, whether they, explicitly ask you or whether they just imply. People are looking why this opportunity? Why now? Why 10? Why the sprays? That's what they're looking for you to answer. And they're going to be listening to all the answers. Maybe they're not asking you, like I said, explicitly, but they're going to be looking to see if you answer that question for them. They want to know why this is so important to you. Why the sprays? Out of all the network marketing companies that you could join, why did you join this one? Because that's going to help them to answer the question of why they should join. So it's so important to know your why and to hold that really close and to share that with people. Because when times get hard, and times will get hard, when you get frustrated, and you will get frustrated, when you get disappointed, and you will be disappointed, that why is going to be the beacon of light that points you in the direction that you should go. It's going to point you in the direction of your dreams. And so you're going to need that, and you're going to need to develop that, and you're going to need to train other people to do that, because that's the reason why we're all here. Everybody's got a different why. And when you start to hear people's why, you realize, wow, we're all the same, and we're all doing the same thing for the same reason. This is exciting, because people always want to belong to a team. Number 4, create your goals. You should have weekly goals, daily goals, monthly goals, event goals, yearly goals, retail goals, recruiting goals, team goals. Goals, 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 goals. Because if you don't have anywhere to go, you're sure to get there. I don't exactly know the quote, but maybe Miss Anita Poole will explain it to us. But, you have to have a direction on where you're going to go. If you aim at nothing, you're sure to hit it. So you want to make sure that you have a goal of where you want to go in your personal life, with your team, maybe for the next event that we're going to be having in February, March. You want to make sure that you have a goal of what you want to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish it. Number 5, duplicating activities. Is a 10 tasting party. You guys heard it today. People who are having success are having 10 tasting parties. And if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't know how to, or there's no one in my area, look, you can go to the winwith10.com/calendar, look and see if there's an event in your area, go out there and attend that event so you can have some training of your own, then go back home and have your event, put it up there on the calendar, let people know, post it on Facebook. These are great duplicating activities, because if you imagine this, imagine if everybody who you personally enrolled went and had a 10 tasting party, invited 10 people there, and had at least 2 people join. Bam! How quickly are people going to be growing their business if in 1 week they could have 2 people join? That means that every week you could be duplicating. That's more than a month. So these are all activities that help us to what? Duplicate, so that people can do something the same that we do. And I know that we have a lot of 10 tasting parties that are at big events, they're at hotels, and maybe you're sitting here and saying, well, I can't afford that. That's okay. You don't have to have yours at a big event. You can have yours in your living room. You can hook your computer up to your TV and just display it in your living room. And a lot of people are having a lot of success with that. So don't feel like you have to go super, super big. You can have a small event in the privacy of your home or your garage and invite people over and really start to grow your business. Number 6. Now, Mel, I think it was Amy Gill who said this. Don't depend on spillage. Invite, 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 invite. Now, this is the reason why number 5 and number 6 go together, is because you have to have a TTP if you're going to invite somebody somewhere, right? You want to make sure that you have a place for them to go, whether you're inviting them to the call that's happening this evening, whether you're inviting them to one of the calls that happen throughout the week, whether you're inviting them to a TTP or big event, they're coming out with you in February or March. Whatever it is, you don't want to depend on the spillage from your upline. And spillage from your upline, if you're new, is basically, let's say that you joined and the person above you is really rocking and rolling. Your sponsor is really rocking and rolling. When they throw people down in their lines, they have to go into your lines, which is why a binary is a great way to duplicate, because if I'm joining and I have 3 people, and those 2 people that I join, that means that one person gets one of my spillage. But we don't want to depend on that. We always want to be inviting. Number 7, talk to people every day. This is a habit that if it's not practiced will kill your business, because it breeds fear when you stop talking to people. Usually people stop talking to people because they got tired of hearing no. I'm just going to be honest with you, because that's just what it is. I didn't know that before, but I had someone that I asked about it. She had been in another network marketing company, and, I'm telling her about it. She's like, I really like the sprays. I love the idea of network marketing, but I just got tired of people saying no. I was like, wow, that's interesting. It's very, very simple, right? We think that it's really, really complicated, but it's not. People just got tired of hearing people say no. And what it is, you have to take it that it's not personal. People saying yes or no really is not personal. It has really nothing to do with you. Maybe they don't think that you're the leader that can get them to the place where personal development will help you. But most of the time, it's their timing in their life. Like Pastor Dale said, timing of the opportunity is right now, but it's also timing in that person's life. They may be totally focused on a totally different goal, and this just, they don't see how this plays in. So we can't take it personal. We have to continue to talk to people every single day. Otherwise, you have that breeding ground of fear, and then we get afraid to talk to people. And if we're not talking to people, our businesses are not growing. So we want to make sure we talk to people every day. And that's something that is easy to duplicate, too. It's just, hey, I want you to at least talk to 2 people a day, 5 people a day, 10 people a day, whatever the goal is. Just make sure that people are talking to people a day, which is why every day, which is why the memory jogger is great too, because the longer your list of people to talk to is, the less likely you are to run out of people to talk to and that fear creeping in. Number 8. And number 9, since we're running out of time, get plugged in and use the tools. So you guys know that we have tons of tools out there. The spray is a tool. The flyers are tools. The brochures are tools. The video at winwith10.com is a tool. The website that we have are tools. Getting plugged in, we have daily calls. We have Tuesday and Thursday calls at 5 and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a corporate call tonight. And one of the things I love, I think it was Brenda Hall who said this. She had a big event. She had lots of people join, and she said, the first thing I want you to do is get into the calls. That's what you need to do. To run your business, you need to be on the calls every single day. And I was like, wow, she just told them, hey, they don't know. They're looking for her as a leader, for direction. And that's what people are doing. When they join this opportunity, they're looking for you, everyone on this line, as a leader for direction. And so you have to kind of give them that direction so that they know. Because if you tell them these calls are something they need to get on every single day, then when they have someone join, they'll have them get on the calls. And here's the thing about the calls. Are you going to hear some of the same testimonies? Yes. Are you going to hear some of the same information? Yes. Are you going to hear Nikisha do a training and talk about personal development? Yes, you probably will. But what it also does is it keeps you plugged in. It keeps your mind focused on the task at hand, and you're always going to hear something that's going to motivate you. You're going to hear someone having success. You're going to hear a great testimony, and it's going to motivate you. It's going to get you excited. It's going to keep you focused on your business. And so that's why you want to get people plugged into the system, and you want to get people to using the tools. And the tools are so important because it's very easy for me to explain the compensation plan. Very easy for me to do it. But you know what? Not everybody can do that. And so if I try and explain the compensation plan to everybody, the first thing they're going to be thinking is, oh, my goodness, I can't explain that complicated. That's way too complicated for me. Oh, my goodness, I can never do this business. But if I hand them a video, the first thing they're thinking is, oh, all I got to do is hand a video to somebody? Oh, that's easy. I can do that. And so remember, everything that you're doing, the person that you're talking to is looking at that to see, am I able to do this business? Is this something that I can do? And if you come in and you razzle and dazzle them with your personality and, you know, all the things that you can do, but you're not teaching them that system that they can fall into, that's a trap that we sometimes fall, that sometimes happens to us, and people have a hard time growing their business because they're trying to be like you, whereas we should be teaching the system so that they can just learn to follow the system. And of course, everyone's going to make little tweaks based on their personality, but the system is there so that we can all be successful. And then the last one, and it's not a big point, it's just the phone tree. And these are just little things, phone tree, email trees, Facebook. You know, when you get signed in, plug people into the Facebook pages. If you're a part of the Facebook page, but maybe people on your team aren't, all you have to do is go in there, type in their email address, and they'll be added to the team. That way they can constantly be getting the updates. They can get the posts. They can have access to videos that they've missed that Terry Whitener is so kind to always post. These are all things that are duplicatable, because let's say that if the request from you is to make sure that they listen to them every day, but they miss it, well, now if you haven't plugged them into the Facebook page, then they don't know where to get all those tools. They don't know where to get all those videos. So I know I'm talking really fast, but I wanted to make sure that we got all of those in. So remember, really quickly, be a product of the product, personal development, develop your story, create your goals, 10 tasting parties. Don't depend on spillage. We need to invite, talk to people every day, get plugged in, use the tools, and then make sure that you're just duplicating activities. And the phone tree is a great example. If you get a text from Pastor Denise or Pastor Dale, pass that on to your team. If you get a text from your sponsor, it's not just for you, it's for everyone on your team. And the more we start to do activities like this, the more we'll start to see not only our teams grow, but the organization, the corporate organization and vision be accomplished too. So sorry, Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale, I'm talking all fast, but I got done. I'm not too late. Back to you.
No, Nikisha, thank you so very much. These are really great bullet points, and I do pray everybody has their pen and paper in hand. I know Keith Moultrie, he's a good note taker. So take these notes, take these tips, because let me tell you, family, they work. I mean, they work. Everything Nikisha said, it works. And Nikisha, I'm so looking forward to the day that you do the training on personal development. Family, you all are going to be amazed what's locked inside of you, just waiting to burst forth. Just waiting to come forth. It's just waiting for your permission. It's waiting for your permission. Thank you so much, Nikisha. Pastor Dale, you have anything for Nikisha before we go to Anita Poole with our quote?
No, wonderful job as always. You can always count on Coach Nikisha to just stir us up on Monday and get us focused and get us going. Thanks. Great job again.
You believe all this energy on a Monday morning? I don't get it. It's Monday morning. We got more energy, I think, than we had over the weekend. This is great. I love it. Let's go to the UK with Dr. Anita Poole for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
Yes, you're working. Hi.
Fantastic call, Denise, Dale, and Nikisha. Thank you very much to Kevin. If you're on the line, thanks very much for covering for me after Monday last week. I just couldn't make it on the call, so thanks. And I have obviously caught up with all the calls. Everybody, if you miss the call, catch up on YouTube. Just type in Terry Whitener and Team Effort Network, and you'll get straight to his channel. He records it every single day. So thanks to Terry, I was able to catch up completely on every single call. So really, really exciting. And we can do so much good. You know, here's some more headlines in the papers. Healthy cereals, supposedly healthy in inverted commas, mix very high sugar with very little fruit. All these cereals that are marketed as bursting with goodness, bursting with fruit, bursting with vitamins, etc., are packed with sugar. One cereal that they did study on, which actually is one of the highest selling cereals out there that are supposed to be healthy and, in inverted commas, seriously fruity, typically contains only a very, very tiny handful of freeze-dried fruit in it. And nutritionists say, and I quote, the cereals are not healthy options because these contain so little fruit and are stuffed with sugar. Whether they claim to be high in fruit, fortified with vitamins, or low in fat, if they are stuffed with sugar, they are not a healthy choice. If you really want a healthy choice, take natural, healthy products. And that's from a nutritionist, folks. What do we have? We have sprays with naturally healthy ingredients in them. In fact, our Super 10 has natural, healthy super berries in them, which are very, very high in antioxidants. So, if supposedly one of the most healthy cereals that are supposed to be marketed out there is packed with sugar, well, what else is so packed with sugar? So no wonder we need the Slim by 10 so much. No wonder we need the Super 10. No wonder we need the cell energy to detoxify our bodies. No wonder we need vitamin D3 and the B vitamins that we're not really, really getting in a healthy way from these foods that are marketed as so-called healthy, but are actually packed with unhealthy stuff in it, like sugar, like salt, etc. In fact, health experts say that only less than 5% of energy should be coming from sugar, because there's much, much, much better sources of energy out there. Now, I've quoted some of that because, how we start our day is really, really important. And we really shouldn't be starting it with a processed, manufactured cereal that's packed with sugar, even though the marketing is glossy, the marketing is cool, and the marketing is so-called healthy. So look very seriously, folks, at what's in the ingredients in what you buy. Certainly, the ingredients in our Super 10, our Cell Energies, our B Boost, our Deep Power, and our Slim by 10, they're absolutely top quality. Another article, very sad actually, and I know this will go straight to your heart, Denise. Denise is an adult who has suffered for many, many years from very severe asthma, who has improved dramatically. We don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent, but we know from Denise's testimonial, her asthma has improved dramatically. She has avoided a lung transplant. She's not on all the nebulizers and steroids and tablets that she was taking before. Here's a headline of Schools Shun Sick Children. And I quote, "A child with severe asthma has been turned away from class as schools shun pupils with illnesses to protect their attendance records." Now that is so sad. The schools obviously have to publicize their attendance records. It's part of, the checkups on the schools. It's part of the performance of the schools. Prospective parents look at these types of records when they're deciding where to send their children. And for schools to be trying to protect their attendance records by turning away sick children is just, that is just crazy. What kind of world are we going towards? In fact, it's got to such a stage, and this is a teenager. This teenager is being home educated by his mother, who's a nurse, because he can't go to the local school. And he's having to prepare for his GCSEs, which are, the kinds of exams that are incredibly important for the rest of one's life. GCSEs are like your 16-year-old, high school type exams. They're the gateway into the future, basically. So, and here we have in our hands D3 in a spray in D-Power that has actually helped Denise's severe asthma. And this poor child has been shunned away from school. So, everything I read, folks, and people I meet, we need to get the word out there. It's got income. It's got many, many different health benefits, our TEN sprays, and we've got such great personal development happening with the company as well. On our calls, in what we do, and how we go about it. And the wonderful thing about network marketing, which is what this opportunity is it's a great way to market. It's relationship marketing. It's not all the glossy thousands of dollars and pounds spent on advertising that's constantly interrupting our train of thought on the radio, on the TV, on the internet, magazines, papers, everywhere we go, everywhere we drive. Our focus, the focus and concentration of the next generation is very, very much lower than it was in the previous generation. And part of that is because of the influence of massive marketing just shoved down everybody's throat all of the time. We don't do that. With TEN sprays, we share it, person to person to person. It's authentic, it's great, and it's all about people and sharing. So on the money side, on the marketing side, on the product side, on the vision side, on the opportunity side, we really have something great. So they say practice does not make perfect results, but perfect practice achieves perfect results. So, let's really go for it. Perfect practice, sharing every single day. Martin Luther King said, you don't need to see the whole staircase, but just see and take the first step. That step then leads to other steps, and that's how we go forward. So, let's really make it happen this week, this month, this year, and straight into the following year. So, lastly, Laeteo said, he who gains a victory over other men is strong, but he who gains a victory over himself is all-powerful. So, let's develop ourselves and let's all go forward as a team, sharing TEN sprays and sharing this great relationship marketing opportunity. Back to you, Denise.
Well, thank you, Dr. Poole. Thank you so much for those quotes and all the information that you shared. And it's such a sad thing to hear that children are being put out of schools and not allowed to enter school because of the illness that they're suffering. Wow. That's sad. That's sad to hear. And so we have a work to do, Sam. We have a work to do. Get out there and share these sprays. Our children need these sprays. My children take these sprays, and they are doing great. I haven't bought a bottle of Tylenol since they've been taking the vitamin D. Yes, I feel so good about that. But thank you all for being here today. It has been a phenomenal call. Thank you, Coach Nikisha Barr. You gave us some good things to go with. And remember what Nikisha said, family, when you get a text message that there is a call taking place or there is something going on from the company, pass it on. That message is not just for you. That's for you and your entire team. So pass it on. Pass it on tonight that at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our CEO and co-founder, Melanie McGill, are going to be here right on this call. You want to get on here. I challenge all you team leaders, get your entire team on this call tonight. You want to hear firsthand what's coming from Mel Gill and Amy Gill tonight. I challenge you team leaders, executive members, get your entire team on this call tonight. You don't want to miss what's going to be shared. Pastor Deb, do you have anything to share before we close out for today?
Well, I'm looking forward to tonight's call. It's always interesting to hear what the CEO has to say. So get your call and get your team on the call. We'd love to see you guys on that call. It's going to be a rock and roll time.
Come on, looking forward to it. And don't forget to join Prissy this morning, the Spanish team. They will start the Spanish call in another few minutes. It's at 9:10 Pacific and 12:10 Eastern Standard Time. So get them on to hear what's going on. If you have Spanish-speaking guests and friends, get them on today to hear what's happening. Team at the network. Thank you all so very much. Oh, and don't forget to join. I think tonight, Pastor, am I correct? It's Barry Apple on Mondays, right? Not Don Joseph. It's Barry Apple on Mondays.
That's right.
I said they must look alike. Do they look alike, Pastor Dale?
No, I don't think so.
But they're tall. They're both tall, okay? No, so Barry Apple tonight. I joined Barry actually right after the call with Mel. I don't know. It may be put off because we want to hear. Anyway, just join Mel and Amy tonight. We'll know what's going on. Thank you all for being here with us. It's been a phenomenal call. Be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Know this, family, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all. Have a blessed day on purpose. Mwah.